Hey, my music makers, how's everything going? Hope you guys had a wonderful week. Hope you guys are getting out there and lining up gigs, because this is the time of the year. What we need to be doing, so I got to practice what I preach. I need to get out this week. And I had an interesting experience with this place. It's called the Social Club, or no, it's called 571 Social or something like that. But anyways, it's in the Village, and it's a great place, and they've got a lot of, every time you drive by in the summertime, man, there's somebody out on the stage. They have a cement stage, nice stage, it's all outside, really nice place. And a lot of traffic and a lot of exposure, so a lot of people. It's a busy place. I think it's a brewery, I believe. Maybe I'm not sure, or they have a brewery there. But they're inside small. They don't have entertainment in the wintertime there. But so anyways, so when me and Kim moved up here to Big Bear, we drive around and check out and explore around and check out around the lake and see where there's places for us to just, maybe hike or take the dog out or whatever and stuff like that. So we'd always come back around the lake and then go through the Village. Well, every time we drove by there, it was slammed. I mean, people at lunchtime all the way in the afternoon and the evening. And they have few different artists that play there. It seems to me that they put the acoustic solo acts early, like after lunch or around lunch, and they let them play for a while, and then usually in the evening they'll either have a duet or a band. And the stage is big enough. It's not a huge stage, but it's big enough to easily, comfortably hold a three-piece. So, but anyways, and I knew it was too late when we moved up here in fall of last year. It was too late for me to get, I actually had asked them, and they said that they were all booked up for the summer. So, and it was the end of summer, and everything was cooling down, and things were, but anyways, interesting place. Looks like a fun place to play. I want to play there. So I give them, finally, this is the place that I had troubles trying to get a hold of whoever does the booking. It's like it was some big freaking mystery thing. I'm like, what? It's like, well, who does your button? Nobody seemed to know on the floor. None of the servers, managers, nobody seemed. Oh, then this one girl helped me out, and she gave me like 2 different emails. She goes, here's the old email, and I'm going, are you kidding me? So I just shined it on. I go, oh, thank you, and I took off with a couple emails, but I didn't even send them a package because she wasn't even sure if they worked or not. And it takes time to get your links in your bio attached to the thing or whatever. But anyway, so I go there a week ago, or actually maybe it's close to 2 weeks ago, about 10 days ago. I was back there, and I showed up, and I talked. This guy comes out. I go, hey, is your manager here? So this guy comes out. He's a manager, and he's a Mexican guy, but he spoke okay English, but he still had a little bit of an accent. And so I'm going, great. Okay, this guy's cool. And so I says, hey, I'd like to, who do I send a bio to? I'm entertainment. I'm an artist, solo artist, and I'd like to get my press kit, whatever you want to call it, promo kit, whatever you want to call it. I'd like to get it to this person, get an email. I said, can I get an email? And he says, well, he doesn't like to give out his email. And I'm going, well, okay. And he goes, well, I'm his partner. And I go, oh, okay. I said, and then he kind of cut me off a little bit. He goes, well, we're kind of all booked up for the summer. Here it is. Now he just turned spring, right? He goes, we're all kind of booked up for the summer. I go, what? And he says, so we have everybody we need here at the thing. I said, so I got a little irritated, and I said, so you guys don't want new entertainment? You don't want to rotate new entertainment, or at least try new entertainment? Are you joking? And I said it kind of like that. And he goes, I go, listen, I just want to get you a package. I want you to honestly take a look at it. And I got a little irritated with him. But then he kind of started opening up a little more. And he says, well, he's my partner. and he does the booking, and I'm thinking, well, what kind of, I mean, what is he? I just, it's just bizarre how some businesses run. And, you know, he doesn't want to get out his email. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, you guys got something to hide? Is something up here? You know, I almost said that, but I didn't. Kept my mouth shut, and I said, well, do you have an email? Can I send you the email, and then you can send it to him if he doesn't want to give out his email? And so he says, yeah. He goes, I could do that. I go, yeah. Well, please take a listen. I'll send it to you, and then I'll check back with you in a couple weeks. So that's now. So I need to go back this week, and I need to touch base because spring is here, starting to warm up. Although we're at 7,000 feet, so we're expecting a little snow dusting, I think, tonight or tomorrow or something like that. But it's beautiful, it's clear, warm. I doubt if it's going to happen. But anyway, so spring is here, and I got a feeling they're going to probably start entertainment out there. I think this is considered the slow time in Big Bear, California. It's kind of like Mammoth, where we were from. They always have a downtime in between in fall, and then they have a downtime in early spring to kind of just get everything going and update stuff and get their employees and staff lined up and ready for the season, right? So that's why we got to get out. We got to get out and knock on doors. But I could not believe it was like pulling teeth to get a freaking email. You're going to come across that once in a while. Also, just be persistent and, make eye contact with them. Let them know you're serious, talk to them. Say, and just let them know. Say, hey, if you don't hire me, you're an idiot. Or something like, no, don't go that far. But you know what I'm saying. Just be assertive, get in there, knock on the doors and just let them know. Give me an email address. Let me at least look at my package. And then you follow up with that. But anyway, so that being said, so I had... and I apologize, I don't remember your name, but I just had a recent comment on one of my early posts. I think my first post when I started this channel 2 years ago. Yeah, I did. I studied that first post on my videos is like 2 years ago. I did it. I got a pretty decent response, but then we got busy and I had to kind of let the channel go for like a year. So that's why there's like this, that's why I'm getting into it now and everything's caught up and all that good stuff. But anyways, so he asked me about, I could tell he was having problems with pay. So, and I think his average pay was anywhere between $150 and $200, which is about right, and that sounds great. But what I was telling him, I'll share with the rest of you, was that you got to get in there and talk to these guys and let them know. Say, listen, first of all, if you got to do it off the get-go, if you want to say, hey, listen, you want to do it, I'm new here. I know you don't know who the hell I am. Give me a try. I'll charge $100 on this first one here. That's okay to do. But then after that, because you've kind of set it up with them that, hey, listen, after this first one, now I gotta charge you my $150 or $200 or $100 an hour or whatever it is. I average about $100 an hour. So if I try to get $200 for 2 hours, $300 for 3 hours. But anyway, so I just basically told him to let them know and say, hey, listen, be serious with them, be honest, and make it short and sweet with them. Say, hey, listen, I've been doing this he was kind of in a pickle because I think, I could be wrong if I remember the comment, he could have been doing it for a little while for $100. I don't know. I don't know how many gigs you did. If you're out there listening, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. So you're kind of in a pickle there. Yeah, it's a little harder. Say, hey, I need, they're comfortable paying you that $100. What? You want more money? Weren't you? I thought you were happy with $100 for 2 hours. Yeah, no. So you got to just be straight up with them and let them know that you do this for a living or you do this to supplement your income. You're not in this for, for your health. You know, you're in here to make a little money. You want to share, you know, already from the get-go, artists that are at our level, you know, playing bars and restaurants and stuff like that, we're screwed. I mean, we're so underpaid. We should be getting paid, especially the way the economy is right now. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough call, but you know, yeah, you get better and then you get into more casual kind of stuff, which is more money. But we are basically the lowest on the totem pole, man, as far as pay goes. And what's ironic is I did some acoustic gigs back in the early 80s at a couple parties or whatever. They wanted to hire me. And then even with the band back then, I'm getting paid the same amount as I did 30 years ago? Really? Dude. So it's like enough already, you know what I mean? It's like, what the problem is though, you get all these beginners or the people that are just getting out there, they want to undercut you, and they'll say, hey, oh, I'll play for $100, I'll do 4 hours of work for $100. You get those guys, and I don't appreciate that. You really have to come up with a rate that's close to, you know, they just been getting away from, these restaurants and bars have been getting away from. Yeah, you know, there's some bars and restaurants that aren't very big and they don't get a lot of revenue in there. So you do have to adjust, and I get that. But in general, we're below minimum wage, what minimum wage was 20 years ago. So you really have to, you know, get out and hustle. And just like I said, if you've got a problem with the pay, you know, just tell them up front. Say, hey, I can do the first one for 100. But I told them, and also too, is make it short and sweet with them. Say, hey, listen, I do this for a living. I can't really do it for 100. If you want to meet me halfway, do it for 150 instead of 200, what I normally charge. Meet me halfway for a $1.50. Then I'm not going backwards. Tell them that. You know, nobody wants to work and go backwards in life, right? They want to go ahead. So tell them that. That's the thing. So, all right. So enough of me ranting about that, because some of that stuff just kind of pisses me off. We can't let people take advantage, and there's people out there that will. And so I'm going to go back up there and yell at this manager this week and, you know, and say, hey, listen, you don't book me, I'm sending my boys down. Forget about it. I got Joey Bag of Donuts. I got Bobby the Wrench. They're going to come down and break your glasses. You know, tell them that. Something, son. I don't know. But anyway, so that being said, something interesting happened. I've been rehearsing here at our RV, and I've been rehearsing, and also I've been doing shows I'm not booked Super Saw, I'm still at the Moose Lodge twice a month, first and third weekend of every month, and I play for a couple hours out there, and it's great, and the money, and they're giving me what I want, and so I'm happy about that. Great folks out there. But what I noticed the last couple of gigs, probably the last 3 gigs I did out there last month or a month and a half, I would be playing, and you know what I use? I use the TC Helicon, play acoustic, I use the Beat Buddy, and I got a board and 2 speakers. That's what I use. All of a sudden I'm playing in the middle of the song, I don't know if I was in a Cat Stevens song, whatever I was doing, all of a sudden power drops out. And you can hear everything pop. You know how when you pull the plug off something, you can hear your equipment pop, you can hear the speakers pop. Pops out, I got nothing, and you hear, and then all of a sudden it pops again, and it comes back on, and then I have power. I'm going, what the fuck was that? That's embarrassing. That sucks. And I'm like, God, is it there? I mean, I have a pretty amazing conditioner that I use. It's called the Monster AV 2000 or whatever. I mean, it actually it regulates your. Is basically a conditioner, but it also regulates and conditions voltage as well. And it's even got a backup battery or something in there where you can keep your power going for a short time before if the house went out, which is pretty cool. I believe so. But it's called the Monster AV 2000, and I'm selling it right now because I mean, listen, you do need some kind of conditioner because some of these venues you play at, the electricity's dirty. You might not know it right off the bat, but it's dirty. And a lot of these places, especially the old bars and stuff like that, that's got bad electrical and stuff like that. So my advice is to get yourself a conditioner. Basically a power strip, but it's an upgraded power strip. It helps condition and clean up the electricity and kind of even it out a little bit so it's not going up and down. And but anyway, so yeah, that's I wanted to give you that. So anyway, so I am going, what is going on here? And it's happened to me the last 3 gigs. At some point in the evening, everything shuts off for like a second, 2 seconds, and then pops back up. And it sucks. It just screws up your groove. It's not bad if it happens between songs, but more than likely it's not. And so everything cuts off. You hear the popping, and people are like looking around. I'm going, what is going on? So at first I thought it was not only do I have a conditioner, but I also have a power track. And I was thinking it was that. Maybe there's got a short in there or something. Because I plugged my Monster, all my sensitive digital stuff plugs into the Monster that I have on the floor, and it's actually in a flight kind of case, rack mount kind of thing. It's actually rack mount, 19 inches, and it's heavy duty though. This thing weighs like 60 pounds. So I'm going to get rid of it, but because it's a little extreme. I don't really need it, but I was having problems with dirty electricity years back, and I picked this thing up thinking that would help. And then, of course, that really wasn't the problem. There was other problems or whatever. But anyways, so long story short, it's been going on, and it's embarrassing, you know. That's all I can say. It's like, God, that's embarrassing. It's just like all of a sudden you're playing and it's like somebody pulled the plug for 2 seconds and you hear all the popping, no sound, all of a sudden pop, pop again, and it comes back on. Son of a bitch. So, long story short, I thought it was my track, whatever, so I started looking in a little bit closer, and so I didn't use the Monster when I rehearsed here. When I rehearse here, I don't use the Monster. I just use a regular track, power track. And so I plugged everything else, and I'm rehearsing, blah, 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 right? Singing a song. All of a sudden, it does the same thing. You know, I had headphones on, and I just got a smaller version of what I use live. And all of a sudden, I see the TC go out. And it was the TC helicon. I went, what? Because my drums were fine, Beat Buddy was fine, track was fine, I didn't see that flicker, so everything was fine. So, what son of a bitch is my TC going out? So, I'm looking at it, and I'm going, so I started making calls, and I kind of panicked. I'm going, God, I need a play acoustic, I need another one. This one I've had for like 7 years, man. And, so I started calling around, and they're nowhere to be found. Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe you guys know where they're at. I don't know. But I actually have a affiliate link on below here of the TC Helicon that Amazon normally carries, but there's no price on there now, so they're back ordered. Sweetwater, back ordered. Guitar Center, I don't even think they carry TC electronics. And so I'm going, wow, what a bummer, man. And I'm just sitting here gearing up. Here I am gearing up for summer, and I've got my main stomp box is going out. I'm like, shit. So I started getting online to go see if I could purchase one real quick, pull the trigger on. You know, I got $500 credit on PayPal. So I'm like, So I'm looking around, so I start calling around, nowhere to be found. Can't even buy them on my link. So I'm going to keep the link there, but because they could come in at any time. And what I did a little bit, so anyway, so I'm looking around, right, trying to find, let me finish my little story here. So I get on eBay. I go on eBay, and Play acoustics are starting used at $399, $400. Over $400 with shipping and everything to send it out to you. That was the cheapest one. I think they had one for, I don't know, they had one for like 100 and something or whatever, but it was for parts. Okay. So anyways, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not, and so they went up. I mean, one was, there was a couple and three. You guys get on eBay and go look. Play acoustic, TC Helicon, $399 used, $400. And then they went up, used at 500. I think I saw one used for 600. I'm going, that pisses me off too. It's like people try to take advantage. It's like, okay, they know that they're in demand. I had no idea about this. So here I am telling you guys, yeah, you know, if you can, go out and get one, you know, but apparently right now you can't. Well, another story that I'll shorten up here. I ended up taking the TC. I went in the bedroom. I got a plug on the wall on the side of my bed. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's this guy, the power supply. Maybe it's this from TC. It's just, you know, the ones that, you know, these are all from China, but they, you know, they flip off so you can put a European adapter on there. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, whatever, but it's TC seems to be the only one that makes these kind. But anyways, so I did that, and I'm playing around with it. It's firing up, and I let it run. I kept it on for a little while to see if I kind of kept an eye on it next to the bed while I'm laying there relaxing, kind of watching TV, but I had it at the foot of the bed. And sure enough, boom, it went out again. I go, son of a bitch, I definitely need a new Play acoustic. So I'm fooling around with it a little more, and then I even jiggled the back, you know, where this plugs in, because it's not a real super snug fit in the back of this, at least mine. Not super real tight and snug. And so I'm kind of messing with it. I didn't want to get too carried away with it because I don't want to break anything. And I'm sitting here, this just goes into the back. Nothing's happening. It's not cutting out or anything. So, and then this is plugged into the wall, right? You can see this. This is plugged into the wall. Let's see right there. Oh, yeah. Anyways, it doesn't want to focus on. There it is. It's plugged into the wall, right? And so it's up like this. So, anyway, so I'm jiggling this, you know, going into the thing. And I also smelt this to see if it was overheating. No smell, no burning sensation. I'm thinking maybe this is going bad. It smells fine. And this is the actual one. So, anyway, so it's in the wall, and I happen to take my finger, and I just happen to tap it, and voila, Play acoustic went out. What? I did it again. Boom. And it comes right back on, only just for a few seconds. Boom, I'm going, oh my God, I don't have to purchase a new Play acoustic. Thank God. It was this guy. Something inside, transform, whatever's in there. You know, it. I think somebody told me that there is a breaker. Like if it gets hot, it'll like has a automatic breaker in it. It'll, you know. But dude, it's not getting hot, not getting warm or anything. I mean, nothing. No smell. Did it again, and sure enough, that was it. I was just hitting this. Nothing here in the cord or going inside. Nothing at the that plugs into the back of it. Nothing. It was just tapping on the outside of this. Thank God I found that. I mean, like, it was weird. Yeah, so I went and got a universal one, you know, because these are 12 amp. You know, most of these adapters, power supplies, are 9 volt usually. These are 12. TC Helicon does have 9 volt. Some of their stuff does take 9 volt, but the bigger stuff is 12 volt, 100 or 1,000 milliamps output. And so, yeah, You want 12 volt output for your TC. So yeah, this thing's screwed. It's weird. It works, but all of a sudden, I guess it probably maybe gets a little warm, and so something went bad with it. So I went and got me a universal, and I went to Guitar Center and bought the new universal power adapters. Are pretty cool. They're not like the other ones. I don't know if you guys remember the universal power adapters, and you had a little switch on there, and you could switch it to different volts, 6 volt or 9 or 12, whatever. It had the switch on it. It's like it's just kind of chintzy looking a little bit. But the new ones they have now, at least the ones they have at Guitar Center, they're universal and they work great. And I stuck it on 12 volt and found the right. The adapter's got to be right too. I can't remember. I forgot the name of that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I put it on there. I used it all day yesterday at rehearsal. My TC worked just fine. Didn't overheat, do anything, because those are sensitive things. You don't want to underpower them. You don't want to put a 9 volt on it, and you don't want to overpower it. So you just got to get the right volts right, and the polarity. That's what I was looking for, the polarity. Get the polarity right. And so, yeah, I went and got that, and it works fine on it. But for shits and giggles, I went and ordered a replacement, and it was strictly for Play Acoustic. That's what it said on eBay or on Amazon. And it said power supply for the TC Helicon Play Acoustic, and doesn't look like the original one, but everything else is the same, and it works perfect. So I used that today because I rehearsed today. So yeah, but anyway, so I wanted to share that crap with you just so you guys know. I'm sorry that if you guys wanted to pull a trigger on a Play Acoustic, I'm sorry you can't get it through me. You can't get it through Sweetwater. You can't get it. I mean, there's probably some music stores you just got to call around that might carry TC Helicon. But most of that stuff is online. And, I know Sweetwater does. Sweetwater carries TC. So, but rumor has it, or at least somebody I've talked to, there's actually a group on Facebook on a Play Acoustic. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but I think I joined. So I'm on that, and because it's interesting to hear people come up with different things and whatnot, or different ideas, or wondering if you can wire it up a certain way to make it work. Or one guy was trying to transfer his presets from another TC Helicon and transfer them to Thing, and yeah, I don't know. But anyways, so I apologize for that. I'm sorry that we don't have these things available right now because of our country's all jacked up. We have nobody really running our country right now. So anyways, so that goes for our deliveries and truckers, and they're just like, they're fed up. There's a lot of things that are on back order, which you guys probably already know. I'm sure you guys probably sought out gear somewhere, and you're like, wow, why can't I get it? Wanted to vlog all that to you, just to give you some information and stuff, and I hope you guys are all doing great. And I want to thank everybody who has donated in the donation for the channel to help support the channel. I'm a young channel, I'm not big. But I'm not trying to sell anything either. It's just that it's a lot of work to get on here, vlog, set up work, and edit to share what I know to you guys, and I want to keep it going. So, but thank you guys all for the help. Thank you for the comments. All the comments and thumbs up, all that stuff, I guess helps with the YouTube thing, But most important, it's about our community, the 500 or so people I have on this channel. You guys might be curious about certain things or whatever, but I just tell you like it is. I'm not going to freaking sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is, and that's how I roll. And so I hope you guys appreciate that. But anyways, I appreciate you and all the love and all the comments. That's about it. And if underneath, I also have another channel of my original music, and maybe at some point down the road we'll talk about recording. stuff like that. But main thing is getting out there and getting the gigs. So the best of luck to all of you. And then from what I'm gathering, you guys are really rocking and rolling out there. You guys are lining up the gigs and getting the gigs, getting it all lined up for summer, and amen for that, right? So I got to do the same. Till next time, keep your seatbelt on, be safe, and do everything I do.